Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. I'd already laid cards out before recording with one of the others, so I'm doing it for everyone this week. So let's start. You've got a general reading for the 1st of August. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We start off with the Magician. Personally, I think that's the best card in the deck. This is you turning up right in the middle of this. You're on the ball, you're on the case, you have all the tools at your disposal. Pisces, I would take this reading in a heartbeat, week after week after week. Yeah, just great. Really, really good energy there. Crossing that, you've got the Eight of Swords. That's not to say that although you're able to nail everything that the world throws at you this week, that it's not going to be a trial, you know, or this card's called the Crucible, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, sorry. And you can see here you've been put under some real pressure, and other people have just failed. They've fallen by the wayside. There's people in the queue behind you that like they've failed as well. Like, I really don't want to be doing this, but you know, you're knocking it out of the park. So even under great duress, you know, you're still coming out winning. Before we go a little bit further into the reading, the energy on the bottom was the Hierophant. This could be a teacher. It could be someone coming in to give you advice. In this particular reading, he's got a beehive on his staff there, and one of the Roman emperors, Marcus Aurelius, he said, if it's not good for the hive, it's not good for the bees. So whenever I get this card, I always say, you know, don't do anything selfish this week. Do things that, by all means, do stuff that benefits you, but also benefits the wider team, relationship, you know, whoever. So it benefits more than one person. Nailed it. Near past or the start of the week, you're coming to the end of something, but it's really rewarding. This is in a relationship. This is going up to the next level. This is about true love. I think it's called baby's breath, this flower. These cups here are talking about past transgressions can be, you know, ignored now. You've moved on, you've moved to a higher plane. All these swords down here that have caused you issues in the past, like on the Eight of Swords there, you've just manhandled them into a bouquet, into a wreath for the bouquet, you know, so you've turned negatives into positives as well. So that's the early part of the week. And then the near future, Four of Wands, celebration, success, freedom, very joyful, shared with other people. It's not a solo success, this. There's normally a group of people dancing around. They're so pleased. Sometimes they're said to be dancing around at a wedding. So it could be a wedding, could be a proposal, could be a party. But yeah, very much yeehaw, you know, really enjoying yourself. Your gut feeling down at the bottom is there's been some sort of friction or a little bit of a fight going on, possibly with someone younger than you. Maybe a rival in love, maybe a rival at work. They've not got anywhere, by the way. They could be the ones that have forced this test. Not that, I don't mean that they forced the test because they're too junior, but maybe your bosses have gone, let's put Steve up against the new guy and see how it pans out, and you just knock it out of the park. Yeah, so much so it's like the other person's going, oh great, well the bosses were ridiculous, put me up against someone so good and so experienced. It's like, yeah, they were. The head of the matter though is you feel like you've got some choices. There are some choices to be made, and there are. Seven of Cups is exactly that. You know, the castle is your side of your great wish, dream. You know, it's right there in front of you, but these are the things that are going to enable you to get to it. Yeah. So what this card talks about is you need to make a choice. So you imagine you've walked into a room, and inside that room, it's a circular room, and there are 7 doors. And there are noises coming out of some doors. Some are laughing, some are crying, some are quiet, some are sounds like a waterfall. So you're like, oh, I don't want to go through that one. Would love to go through this one, but I'm being drawn to this one. What the universe says is, it doesn't matter. Pick a room. If you open it, go, oh, I don't want to go in there. You just shut it again, and then you've got less to choose from. So you go from 7 to 6 to 5. It's not saying you open the door, see a dragon, and have to walk in and die. It's just going, here are all the choices that you've got to choose from. Now make an informed choice. Yeah? It's important that you're making an informed choice here. Okay, Pisces, where do we end up? We end up being brash and courageous and jumping into the new adventure. This sort of smoking wand here is very similar to the one that the Page of Wands has. And the Page of Wands uses it as a portal to jump to somewhere else. And pages and knights are considered to be the kind of progression. So you go from a page to a knight to a queen to a king. You know, you kind of move up the sort of vibrational energy, and you learn more and more as you go. So pages are quite youthful and naive, and knights are kind of teenagery kind of energy. So she's seen that the page has jumped to a portal and gone, that's a good idea. I don't need a sword. I'm just going to bash it down with my shield. And she's only got a little bit of armour on, but it's in the right place. That's a good analogy, actually. She's not wearing very much armour, but it's in exactly the right place, exactly where it needs to be to protect her. So you don't need much to be protected. And the universe will always protect you. You know, when we're talking about these choices here, the universe, you know, you open the door and go, oh, dragon. The universe goes, fine, shut the door. Like, we'll lock it now. We'll move to another door, the one that's got the crying behind it. Oh, do you want to go in and save the person? Or do you want to go, I'm not listening to crying, and shut that door as well? You know what I mean? So it's going to support you in this decision. And you are obviously bashing those doors down rather than unlocking them. Other people are just saying, just be careful with this kind of brash behaviour. You've got to be careful that either you're not doing something underhand, and I don't really see that, Pisces, because whenever anyone comes to this channel, I think they're already trying to find their higher selves. It's important that the biggest knife of all, the biggest dagger, is being reserved for the rat. You know, karma's a real thing. They will get their comeuppance. It may be that somebody has taken a job at work that was supposed to be yours and they've been promoted and you haven't. That's fine. The universe has a plan. It's got a plan for them as well. You know, they're not going, they either then turn the corner and become a much better person, which is great because the universe always wants us to kind of go off and be better and better, or they'll fall foul and your bosses will go, actually, that was a huge mistake. We should have promoted this person, and you're back in the game. So don't worry about it. Just don't do anything underhand yourself. If you see people doing something underhand, just don't get drawn into it. You know, gossip's a terrible thing. If it's true, you know, if it's true, it's true. And if it's not true, it's gossip, and you shouldn't listen to it, and you shouldn't encourage it and pass it on. Your hopes and fears are, there's a big change coming. You know, you feel like you're going through the veil into the unknown, and that's really quite terrifying, isn't it? You know, where am I going to be in a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years time? And ultimately, no one knows. You know, we don't know. Is there an apocalypse? Is the world going to turn a corner? Are we going to save the planet? Are we going to get green enough to turn it around? Who knows? You know, I don't any more than anyone else. All you can do is be your better self. And when that opportunity arises to do the transformation and the change, you just go through it. The death card in a more traditional Rider-Waite deck has the Hierophant pleading for his life and a young mother going, I'm too young to be taken. But there's a little child and she's trying to give death the flower. She welcomes change with open arms because that's what children are like. We always worry if we move house, our children will be like, oh, I'm in a new house, a new school. After day one, they come home with 3 new mates going, it's brilliant. I love it here. Yeah, it's only adults that are worried about change. Children just embrace it. So embrace the change. You know, it's coming for good or bad. I can't tell you whether it's a good or bad thing, but there is change. The actual outcome is good. The outcome is the Queen of Cups, which is finding the balance in a situation. So maybe you've had to downsize, maybe you've had to move towns, maybe your job doesn't pay as much, maybe it pays twice as much. You know, this is about finding the balance in all of those situations. Yeah, she's all about that. She's manifesting these angel fish out of her subconscious to make a crown out of them. She's, one of the great words on this card is gentle. You know, it's a very gentle energy, and therefore it's a very attractive energy. It's energy that you're going to pull people towards you, and that's only a good thing, Pisces. Again, it's very Pisces cards as well. That is it, very watery, that one. So let's get a quick reading on this. So the only card I would worry about is this one. Just don't get involved in any gossip. If somebody says, have you heard so and so, so and so, you just kind of go, do you know what? Is that true or is it not? And if it's true, it's true. And if it's not, you don't want to listen to it. Yeah, but definitely don't pass it on. So next week when someone goes, did you ever know that so and so did that? You go, no, never heard a thing about it, because it just goes into your head and stops. 3 of Cups, this is great to see. Look at that. It's a celebration. And we got the 4, haven't we? Yeah. So the 4 is another celebration, possibly marriage and a proposal. This 3 is a celebration where they're all dancing around. This is this is people celebrating you and celebrating your achievements, but genuinely, happily. They're really pleased for you. Whatever happens this week, yeah, it's really good. Love to see the Fool. Love to see the High Priestess. Okay, so you've got 2 big hitters there. The Fool is the first card in the tarot. It's 0. It's all or nothing. Oh, terrible. Just rub my glass in and not that flying. Sorry about that. So the Fool is all or nothing, just jumping in with both feet, go off on the adventure. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. You know, all those doors we were talking about, bash them all down, choose the one you want to go through. It will be transformative, it will make a change. High Priestess, she talks about the inner voice. You know, when you're going, should I take this job or this job? And you know, sometimes your body, your brain, a voice, something just goes, no, don't. And you're like, where did that come from? Or it goes, hell yes. And you're like, wow, it's like your spidey sense. Yeah, the High Priestess is your spidey sense. Yep. She knows what's going on. She's completely in tune with the stars, the universe, the mysteries, the occult, the unknown. Yeah, she's absolutely all over this. Definitely listen to her this week. So the Fool's all about that kind of jumping with both feet energy. There is a big change coming, but it looks like it's really, really positive. Pisces, it's a delight reading for you as ever. I'll get an August monthly reading out in the next couple of days, hopefully, and then I'll see you as usual for your regular weekly reads. Take care. See you soon.